Yo guys, this is Cobb. I'm just going to talk you all through a few of my recent arena games. I'm going to explain what's going on, what we're trying to do, and hopefully it'll give some people some pointers on destruction in arena. Okay, so this game's against a Shadow Priest, Arms Warrior, Holy Paladin. You see I start off the game by just getting down a gateway as quick as possible. And they're actually going to push into the nearest pillar here, and what we want to do is draw the warrior into the open. So I'm just harassing them with Rain of Fires right now, trying to bait that guy out. Now our Shaman actually runs straight into the middle, and the warrior takes the bait. He's straight in the middle now, and that's basically the plan. Keep him in the middle, tunnel him out, land as much CC as we can on the Holy Paladin as often as we can. But if we can't CC the Holy Paladin, it's key to be CCing the other DPS, which is in this case the Shadow Priest, just to make sure that it's only ever the warrior who's really putting out significant damage in our team. You can see I peel out with some Shadow Fury, we land a lot of damage on the warrior here, and this is what it's all about. We're just going to keep him in the open, we're going to tunnel him. I'll start to land a few more fears on the Shadow Priest, just to make sure they don't get any pressure at all. I keep trying to land fears on the Paladin as you can see, but it's not really coming off, we don't have much damage on the warrior at the moment. Then I'm going to keep that priest feared as long as possible. And this is where we decide to go in for the kill. You see the Paladin pushes out into the open. We pop some cooldowns, stun the warrior, silence the Paladin, and we just burst the shit out of the guy, and that's it. That's how easy it is to burst down melees in arena, playing a Destruction Warlock and another caster, a spell cleave. So you see it was really just as easy as controlling the game, taking as little damage as possible, keeping the warrior in the open, and just biding our time until we could just get some cross CC going and pretty much global him. Here's another quick example of what Destro in a spell cleave can actually do to people. You see I'm just spreading Rain of Fires around. We're going to go on the Feral Druid because he's the melee, so we're just going to keep him right in the middle of this bridge, and we actually managed to catch the Resto Shaman and the Druid in a stun, and he just gets one-shotted. And that's pretty much that. So you see it's all about punishing the healers for pushing in. We CC'd him, punished him for it, and the Druid didn't even pop any defensive cooldowns, he didn't even backskin that, and as a result, he just got one-shotted. Another really good point about this comp is Holy Paladin CC now. You see I land a fear on the Shadow Priest, we DPSing the warrior, but notice that the Holy Paladin is in a Hammer of Justice. Our Paladin then blinds him out of that, so the priest is feared, the Paladin CC'd, and we can just free tunnel this warrior. The Paladin even gets Repentance out of that, and we get, but by that point you see it's just too late. I mean the warrior just gets absolutely destroyed. Another really awesome thing about running this comp is how hard you counter triple DPS. You see you can see your arena opponents before you even join the game now, so I've summoned a Succubus pet because it's going to help me out a lot more in this game. We're just going to push in, the target's going to be the warrior. I'm laying some Rain of Fires here for the mini stuns. Stun the shit out of them, we're knocking them back, we're just basically keeping them from going apeshit on us. We have Blessing of Protection though, we have all sorts still, so we're still really fine, so we're just going to tunnel some damage on this warrior now. You see we burst him down really low, really quickly. It's not really too much of a problem. Because with the Holy Paladin healer you just don't have to worry so much about being one-shot by melee. I'll land a Pet Seduction CC on the Retri Pala. The Hunter was actually Horged at that time, so we can just free tunnel the warrior. Stun both of the DPS out of that. And this game's pretty much won from this point on. They have no CDs left. I can just unbound will that Paladin's blind. The warrior has to come back out to get them any hope of getting any kind of pressure back, but it's already lost by that point, like I said, and that was a very easy game to be honest. Like I said, triple DPS isn't really a problem for this setup. So you see this game here, we're up against a 2.1k rated Thug Cleave. They've got AE stealth up at the moment, so I'm just going to lay a ton of Rain of Fires, actually get them all out there in the open, which is awesome. So we're going to start on the Hunter, going to fear the Rogue. Remember, only ever have one DPS hopefully on us. But the Rogue actually cloak shadows that fear straight away. So we're just going to try and get some pressure on the Hunter right now. We want to capitalise on CC and the Priest whenever we can. Try and land a fear on him here, but I don't quite manage to land it. Fortunately our Paladin actually lands a Repentance on the Priest there, so we're going to capitalise on that. We're going to try and tunnel out some pressure on the Hunter. You see I land another fear on the Rogue. The Hunter's getting burst down pretty badly here, so they're probably going to be looking to play defensive. So now we fear the Hunter and start hitting the Rogue, because that's all we can hit. The Rogue's the only one in the open. Fear the Hunter straight out of that, and I fear him again out of that. Now the Priest pushes into the open and we capitalise. I'll land a fear straight away. So we're just going to sit the Rogue for now. We're going to actually pop some cooldowns. We know he's got no Cloak of Shadows, so he's really prime. Case Bolt into that, and his cheat death procs. Although this was a failed attempt to kill, he doesn't have cheat death now later on in the game, so he's a viable target. I'm going to start DPSing on the hunter again, and you see we take a ton of damage here from the BM hunter. So you see I land a fear on the rogue straight after this chaos ball. We want to stay aggressive, we want to keep the damage coming out on that hunter. I fear the rogue. I land a very bad silence there with my second feral hunter on the priest. Now they're going to try and get out of combat and get a restealth, so I'm just going to spam those random fires. You don't want to let that rogue restealth. And you see how a healer gets caught in a full trap. One of us should have really been there to eat that for him, but we kind of failed there. So we're still looking to go aggressive on the hunt here. I land 2 chaos bolts, which is huge. Portal around to stay in line of sight. We get a blind, but also overlap with the silence on the priest, but it doesn't matter, still CC. We land a hammer of justice, and that forces the deterrence. Our Paladin calls that he's going to rep after this, but unfortunately he doesn't get to land, so I Shadow Fury out of that. And we continue bursting on the hunter, and that's actually enough to bring him down. Get him in Shadow Burn range, and from there it's game. So you see, although there were a couple of moments where the enemy team had some pretty good pressure, there was never really a time in the game where we lost control. One of the DPS was almost always being fear spammed by me. Our nukes were pretty well coordinated, and we managed to punish the healer as much as possible every time he showed his face, and that was really key to taking that one. Anyway guys, I'm releasing a second video today as well as this one. In it I'm just going to give my opinions on some of the comps Destruction can play in Mr. Pandaria. I've been getting a lot of questions about that, so hopefully that will clear that up. Also I want to talk about why I'm using Grimoire Service rather than Grimoire Supremacy. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video guys. Check out that video which I'm going to link right here if you want to go and check that out. Stay Destro guys, and I'll see you all next time.